It was a little early for me, but I started getting probed recently by some hogs just below the house, so I figured I'd kick it old school style and take out my 6.8. But instead of taking the 120 grain SST, I was using 115 grain Fusion MSR. As soon as I got off the back porch, I ended up spotting some hogs, so I made my way down and around just because I wanted to keep cattle out of the backdrop when I started shooting. And I managed to get fairly close. Here these hogs are. I'm just getting set up. Wind's still kind of blowing from my right to left. Right here before I get ready to shoot, I'm just going to nuke it. And then I'm going to take a quick look left and right before I start shooting. And here we go. Ended up kind of getting a twofer. That hog that just ran off was shot twice. This hog, I think this boar got hit 4 or 5 times. I'm not saying that the Fusion's a bad bullet. It does the job for sure. It just doesn't kill as quickly as the SST so far. There's 3 shots into that hog because it was still upright. It just ended up dying in an awkward way against some branches, and it was held up. So those last couple of shots were completely not needed. At this point, I thought I'd lost one hog. I was a little bit upset. I'd shot at it once, and then I hoped that I'd had that twofer. But as I ended up finding out here in a moment, it had gone about 20 yards into the tall, thick brush and died. There it is. I'm standing right there at the edge. I can see the hog. So I'm going to just put my stuff down after I take a look at these others and make sure that they're dead, and have to go wading into some greenbriers in order to pull it out for pictures. All in all, the 115 grain Fusion did all right. It just doesn't kill quite as quickly as some of the others. So here's the hogs. That center one was the one that got shot once through the twofer and then once as it was running. This is an exit side photo. It's a little gory, but I wanted to show that every bullet on these hogs was a complete pass-through. There were 2 90-pound sows and about a 120-pound boar. And there was a very good blood trail left, even though the hogs didn't drop. And the boar happened to be a mulefoot, which tells me that that sounder is completely wiped out. Here's just a quick bit of footage on a coon and an armadillo here in a moment that I shot. Kind of expected these animals to die extremely quickly, but I was just testing again here with the 115 Fusion just to see what this bonded bullet will do. And what it does is it passes through. It makes a hole and it exits. The animal will die, it's just not quite as quickly. So I didn't want that animal to suffer, so it took a second round and expired pretty quickly. And here's the armadillo. He's probably about 50 yards away. Quick shot, and that's it for him. Just kicked a little bit more, like I said, than I typically see with the 120 SST. But all in all, the 115 grain bullet was just fine.